Welcome back, everybody, to Pop Culture Conspiracy. I'm your host, T. How are y'all doing today? And in this video, I'm going to be talking about how QC, the record label, has fallen apart. Before I hop in, please like, share, and subscribe, and let's talk in the comments. Okay, so I said this because, of course, City Girls album has just been released and is projected to do 6 to 8K in sales. And do I think it'll do that low? Honestly, no. I think it'll probably do 10 to 12. But I could be surprised. I could be surprised. But a lot of people really aren't excited about the album. They did no promo. It's very obvious the girls don't care anymore. And I've made 2 videos already so far talking about how I want JT to go solo. And that I'm happy she is. So yeah, I'm happy she is. I'm happy that she's moving on with her solo career. And I really hope that she's successful. But I thought about it, and it's just like, look, QC is like pretty much done as a label. They don't have a lot of people over there that are successful. Somebody said that Lil Baby is the one kind of like carrying the label on his back, but Lil Baby hasn't had a hit in a minute. Like, I don't really know. Again, I don't listen to him regularly. I don't really like his music that much. I know he did Do We Have a Problem in Bussin' with Nicki this year, because I'm a Nicki fan, and I know he did some other stuff, but nothing else that he had was memorable. But what was memorable was him being down to the Michael Rubin party, getting in a man-witch hug with 2 other men, and clearly letting the whole world know how he gets down behind the scenes, and why he is where he is, and why he has some of the things that he wants us to believe that he has. Because the truth is, I have always noticed that Lil Baby lives quite extravagantly. He does not have as much money as you guys want, as he would like you to believe that he has, because his music isn't selling like that. Popularity doesn't always translate into hardcore sales. He had that seafood restaurant fiasco, and that was nothing but a money laundering front. Because, Lil Baby's a new artist who's really not selling like that. So, and even if he is selling, he's in a crap deal, like they all are. He's probably in some crap 360 deal, or just some crap deal where he's making pennies on the dollar, if he's lucky, off his money. And they own his soul, and it's a bunch of evil stuff going on, as usual. It's Hollywood, it's the music industry. But either way, the way the books are lining up, he doesn't have all this money to run around and buy Birkins and buy Rolls Royces and open up a restaurant. Like, come on, dude. And buying all this Van Cleef and just flexing. Like, it's all a facade. It is not what it looks like. And that that the music industry runs like a multi-level marketing pyramid scheme, okay? Because these artists are incentivized to go find other artists to sign under them. Like, Lil Baby now has Rilo Rodriguez putting out music that sounds just like Lil Baby's music and pretty much mimicking him to the bone. Like, it is sickening and annoying and unoriginal and dry, and that's why it's not hitting. It's not hitting, it's not working, because it's not good. It's not fresh. It's not talent. Let's see who else is on this label. So we also have Quavo and Offset, and them 2 doing the most, trying to revive their sorry ass careers. That's part of the reason Takeoff isn't with us now, because the war is not physical. It's a spiritual war against principalities in high places. That is what we see with Quavo and Offset, and the disappearance of Takeoff. And notice how, or the murder of Takeoff, and notice how, Takeoff dies, and here comes Offset, with the new album, and it goes number 5. That doesn't seem like a sacrifice to you? And now Quavo has a True Religion campaign. Now he's sitting up here tooted up with goddamn India Love. You know what I mean? So that should tell you something. Like, people really be meeting their makers so other people can have a pissy ass album. Like, do you really think I'm about to sacrifice somebody for a #1 album? Like, how lame are you? Your music must be pretty goddamn whack if you gotta kill somebody for it to go #1. You know what I mean? Just like, that's the utter disrespect, and it's the Illuminati play that the artists are not realizing. They also have Rich the Kid and Stefflon Don, Lakia. Those are the names that we know. They have a lot of other people who we don't know, and I just feel like, look, I'm not going to really waste my time covering you, because it's no shade to these artists. It just shows that it's really shade to their label, because it shows that they're not really doing all that they can for each and every single one of their artists. But that should also show people there are those who are chosen. There are people who are chosen. There are people who, they make it bigger than you. Maybe their music is better. But this is the music industry. It's not about talent or about how good your music is. It's about who's willing to push the agenda the most. And there are people, again, who are chosen to do that. So with Stefflon, Lakia, and other people here who I really don't know, I'm going to take a picture of this. Other people here who I really don't know, I'm wishing them the best. Seriously, because imagine, like I've been noticing lately, imagine selling your soul in vain. Excuse me if you heard that screenshot. Imagine selling your soul in vain, and, you know, like, you having to really live with that. And you can't just leave and go back to your regular life and get a regular job, or, you know, go finish school and just work in a corporate office 9 to 5. No, you're stuck in a slave deal with a label, having to figure out how you're going to make money to, buy yourself out or make it all work out. Like, yikes. And again, that's the play of it all, is to get an artist to willingly enslave themselves when art is all about being free, when art is all about self-expression. And artists are not catching the play here. And that's what I want people to really understand when listening to my message, is don't get played because you don't understand game. You need to be able to see both sides, like Chanel, okay? On one end, somebody wants to pay you. On another end, they want to enslave you. And isn't this all supposed to be about so you can escape the slavery of a 9 to 5? You know what I mean? The slavery of living in the matrix, a boring, dreadful life where you're not rich and famous. Isn't this all supposed to be about freedom? And you go right over there and get yourself more enslaved than you've ever been in your life. Notice the deception of Satan. So everybody else on this label, only other people who I can think of who I know are Gloss Up and Lil Yachty. You know, Lil Yachty, he's cooled off a lot. Gloss Up is still trying to be on her come up, but I'm noticing they're not really promoting her like Sexy Red and Ice Spice. And the best advice I have for Gloss Up is to change her swag. You know, be different. The ratchet era is over. With the release of City Girls Raw era, we're done. We're tired. Please understand, a lot of Sexy Red's appeal and fame is internet. It's internet. You don't know what's real or what's fake, because most people don't live in Hollywood and we don't see the reality. But Sexy Red's hype is manufactured. I believe there are people who do like Pound Town. There are people who do like Hellcats and SRTs, but most of her music is not selling like they want you to believe. It's an army of bots on Spotify and on Twitter and all over the internet who are making her appear more famous than she is. And that's for a reason. So with Gloss Up, I'm noticing she's not getting that push like Ice and Glorilla and Lotto and yada yada yada. I don't know if her time is coming, but again, my best advice for her is to just switch it up, because people are tired of ratchet. The City Girls album has marked a time. People are like, we're tired of it. We're tired of hoe music. We're tired of everybody talking about the same thing. Even from the men. We tired from them. That's why they're not selling. That's what I want these girls to understand. The boys are not selling and the girls are not selling. There's very few artists that are still selling. Drake and Nicki Minaj are two artists who two rap artists, King and Queen, who are still selling. But they have an authentic fan base, and they have a very, very vast and diverse discography. It's too many people who are brand new, who are not switching it up. You know who is selling? Rod Wave. He's selling. There are people out there who are genuinely selling. These Afro beats and Latin artists, they're genuinely selling. A lot of these pop girls are genuinely selling. That's why the money is over in pop, because it's genuine money. People like pop music. You can play it at Forever 21. You can play it on the Today Show. You can play it, at kids' birthday parties. Like, a lot of it you can play. With Lizzo's music, you can play it everywhere. That's why Lizzo is genuinely selling. So understand game. All these artists who get into the rap industry, yeah, I get it. That's a good way to get into the industry, is to start rapping and get the promo and the marketing from it. But if you really want to stick around long and be more than just another influencer who's affiliated with degeneracy, you will switch up your swag. You will switch up your clothes, your hair. Doja Cat is genuinely selling because she's different. So you've got to be different. Like, it's too many people doing the same thing. I'm wishing QC artists the best, because they're going to need it. Like, these are people who are going to be responsible for putting their lives back together, whether their music career works out or not. So I'm wishing them the best, but I think QC, especially after its sale, I think now Scooter Braun has control. I know it's not the same, it's not the same label. And it's nothing but it's so much dark magic and witchcraft going on, because that's really why we see labels, sell and kind of make some of the business moves that they make, because it's all part of a bigger agenda. It really, really is. This is not typical, non-occult white collar business. This is a cult business where sometimes we need to move certain artists here and do this and that with certain artists and move certain label heads and execs around, because there's a greater agenda at play. And now I need to either change my characters or reposition my characters to carry out the plan. That's why we're seeing what's happening with QC again. Takeoff dies, QC gets sold, Quavo and Offset now have, success and solo music and doing, again, modeling and supposed to be doing stuff in acting and film. Now they're on the come up, and just like JT's friend dies. Now all of a sudden, JT finally gets to go solo. Young Miami's baby daddy dies. Now she's up here tooted up with Diddy and got a successful show on a card game, is selling candles, and wouldn't be surprised if she starts selling adult bedroom products soon. That would be a decent industry for her, since she's such a freak. But it's just so sad, because really what we're watching is beta sex kittens. That's part of why Carisha and JT were sitting up there on that album cover with the cat prints and stuff, and that's why they named the album Real Ass Whores or Rich Ass Whores or whatever. Just sickening. It's sickening to see what has happened to QC and the destruction of it, because it is a shell of its former self. Let's talk in the comments. Y'all know I'm excited to hear what you have to say. I will talk to you on the next one. Bye.